no fish tree houses. Put my people on the map. You go and say I move, they go hear me in the back. What goes up and never down. Your age and your progress, watch your step, don't trip if you don't want to hit the ground. A cipher so lies, gonna count my chickens, burning candle on both sides. Elevate, levitate, if you rock with me, count on a plate. I love you, oops, my mistake. But mistakes will be made, you clean up your mess and you'll be your own maid. Be grateful, God bless you, another day. The more you take, the more you leave behind. Footsteps walk back if there's no rewind. And time, yeah, it's hard to keep a dime. I had to stop caring cause I had to clear my mind. Crazy how you can trust something that can't be seen. A man who will run, will pick a bucket clean. When you judge me, judge your own self-esteem. Wanna take notes, here's a chair, take a seat. Have cities, have mountains, have water, no fish tree houses. Put my people on the map. You go and say I move, they go hear me in the back. What goes up and never down. Your age and your progress, watch your step, don't trip if you don't want to hit the ground. You cry in your room, either gonna sink or gonna swim. I mean, I'm definitely gonna swim. My grandma did put me to lessons when I was a little bit maybe. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. I'm not 3 mice, I ain't blind. The cat's out the bag, sorry for the loss, she's the best you ever had. Have cities, have mountains, have water, no fish tree houses. Put my people on the map. You go and say I move, they go hear me in the back. What goes up and never down. Your age and your progress, watch your step, don't trip if you don't want to hit the ground.
Peace, everyone, and welcome to Who's That Lady Music Show. I am excited and delighted to bring you some new music coming to you in the spring and summer. Welcome to our show, Emika Love. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, she is a singer and songwriter based in Sacramento. That's correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes, Sacramento, California. So you were raised there, and how your upbringing shaped you as an artist?
Yes, so my upbringing, it shaped me in many ways. Coming from Sacramento, it's very diverse. So you hear a lot of different stories. You have a lot of different cultures, which I think is something very beautiful. And that really helped with my story and being able to tell other stories as well. It's my own. Also, there's not many opportunities as in the field that I'm in. So you definitely have to work harder, and it's just something that is very, I guess you can say, humbling when you come out from Sacramento, but yeah.
All right. So in your songwriting process, what usually comes first, the lyrics or the music?
It's funny enough, neither. I actually come up with the story in my head, so I'm more of a visual. So I come up with like a visual, like say a woman is going down the stairs, or why is she going down the stairs, or something like that. And that's actually how I started. And then I'll end it with the lyrics and then the music and then the melody. But it's usually actually comes from that, or even an outfit. I'll be inspired by an outfit. And yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. And you pretty much wear many different hats. I read your bio that besides being a singer and songwriter, you also direct your videos and choreograph them. You pick out the clothes. You're a clothes designer. And you also scout the talent. Where do you get all that energy from? So I was watching Dumb Boy and Self-Assessment, and I was reading that. I was like, she did all of this?
Yes. Well, thank you. So I have always been very busy in my life. Before I did music, I was an athlete. So I used to go from sport to sport. So I'd have to like run and like pull up my pants on the field, like running from different sport to different sport. So I think being very, I guess you can say versatile was kind of just ran with me. And I think when I'm more busy, it makes me more at peace and more I guess and say happier. So being able to do all of those different things and share a different creative, because all different things add up into one. And I think that's why I love music so much, is because it's a whole project. It's the song, it's the story, it's the message, and all of that bringing together is what like keeps me going. And it's like, okay, it's something that's very lightly and lightful for me. But yeah.
Oh, wow. Now describe your creative process on the song of your latest single. We're going to talk about your latest single,
Okay.
Bad Day Not Life. I love the song. What is the creative process behind that?
It's a bad day, not a bad life. Bad day, not a bad life. When the table flip, don't flop, let your dog out. In the sun, love the rain when it's dark out. Listen to the message, not the sound. Step outside the box, that comfort box. It's time to rock, don't hit the block. You get to pick your battles, but it's a must to fight all alone. In this lifetime, we only get one chance. Don't be the one not to dance. Some are dancing in heaven, some are dancing on this earth. No matter what your purpose is, don't get discouraged if it happens and it happens. And
Thank you. So the creative process behind that was kind of all over the place. So one day I was just having a very, very bad day. So everything was going wrong. So it was either like I stepped in something, or I got in a car crash. So many different things were happening in just one day. I was like, okay. So then I went in the bathroom, I looked in the mirror. I know it sounds very dramatic, but I was like looking in the mirror. I was like, okay, I'm okay. It's just a bad day, okay? Like, it's all right. And I'm sitting in the sink and I'm like, it's a bad day. And then I was like, but my life isn't bad, you know? Like, I think it's very important for us as people to remember that even though we're having, say, 375 days that are bad, that 376th day would be either a brighter day or whatever it is. And I think it's very important for us to acknowledge that and take pride in all the bad and the good, because where there's good, there's bad. But I think it was funny because I was just sitting in the sink and I was just like singing, okay, it's a bad day, not life. And then I was looking through all of the beats that I saved, and I said, oh, this one's perfect. So when I heard the beat, I was like, okay, this is giving me in a groovy feel vibe. And I wanted it to not be so, I guess I'm gonna say sadness. I wanted it to be a happy, because I think bad things that happen can either be, it can be happy, you know, like there's a reason for everything. But I think that was my creative process. And then once I did that, I was writing it in LA, and I actually came back home. My family ended up moving. So I came back home, and then I recorded it here in Sacramento at Prodigy Music. He mixed and mastered it. And it was just it was just amazing.
Oh, wow.
But yeah.
That's interesting. With all that experience that happened that day, you sort of counterbalance that. It was like, you know what, I'm gonna make a up-tempo song that reflects, you know, yeah, so what, I had a bad day, it's not a bad life, you know, it's not my life that is bad. And that's a really good affirmation to have, and the attitude to uphold even in a time of adversity that has come at you every which way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just amazing. Now, what do you hope your fans and listener take away from your music, and what type of message that you want to get them started?
I would say the message, there's many of them, but I think it's definitely to empower in yourself and to really just take pride in who you are. And no matter what the case may be, that you're just gonna have to react and be I guess you can say more lively. I think it's very important for us to just really sit down and focus with ourselves and be able to share light to other people. So I think it's definitely something that encourages not just within ourselves, but that we can help and share a positive message and different things to other people as well. So I think something that's just something that can just, I guess you can say, change the world, honestly. Because I think it's very important that we focus on what happens with us, because how we reflect on us will help others and different, so on and so forth. But yeah.
I mean, that's really good to have and to know. Now, if you have an opportunity to mentor emerging artists, what advice would you give them?
I would definitely say, to stay true to yourself, definitely. But also, I would say maybe you might have a song that's just people don't really like, but there's always different songs and everyone has a different opinion and different things as well. But as long as you love it and you take pride in your work, I think it'll all pay off. And definitely when you share your personal or any experience with the world, it could be very, depending on what the topic is, it could be very like, okay, should I even share this? But I think it's very important to know that some people are in the same boat or another boat, but just needed to hear what you needed to say. And I think it's important that all creativity is needed in the world. And I think it makes it happier and funner and different things like that. But I would say definitely keep going. And all the no's, there's going to be a yes, you know? So I think it's very important to just see the light at the end of the tunnel. That would be
and that's a wonderful, advice to have for a lot of artists, because a lot of times, a lot of creative, like Erykah Badu would once say, I'm sensitive about my stuff, and,
yes.
And sharing that to the world can be very scary. You're sharing your vulnerability to everyone, and you never know, someone would be out there listening and relate to that moment. It was like, oh my God, I'm not the only one that feel that way. So the connectivity with you and the audience and fellow musicians having. So it is always great to have that. Now, speaking of fellow musicians, if you could get inside the head of your favorite artists and or producers to find out how they create your favorite song or your favorite album, who would that be? It could be up to 5 or 10 people, or who you feel at the moment.
So if it could be anyone beyond any timeline, it would definitely be Michael Jackson, if he was still here. But I think he did something that really, I believe, changed the world. And there's some light that he had that was just unstoppable. That's what I would explain. And I think he's one of my biggest of all time, because he was like the dancer, the lyricist, everything all in one. And I think that's what made it so beautiful. And then I would also say I like Fergie. I think Fergie is so cool. I love her edge. It's so amazing. I would like to work with Calvin Harris for a producer as well, because I like the up tempo. I want to dance. Let's go have fun or whatever. I think the energy that his sound brings is just something that will make you and put you in a better mood and spirit. So I'd love to, and those are my top 3.
Oh wow, those are amazing top 3s. I had to hear Calvin's work too. I've heard of him, but I haven't heard his work yet, so I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah,
it's always good.
It's okay.
Now, where can Music Lover find you online? And where can
you guys? Go ahead. Sorry.
That's all right.
You guys can find me at Emika Love, so that's EMIKA LOVE. There's a space, and that's on all music platforms and YouTube. And then on Instagram, you can find me at EEMIKA LOVE. Instagram, for some reason, doesn't let me use one E for my name, but my name is spelled with one E, everyone. And that is same as Twitter as well. And then for TikTok, it's Emika, so EMIKA, and then Love, LOVE, and then another E at the end. And that's where you guys can find me. I have a few shows that I'm excited that I'm planning right now. You guys can stay tuned. And
we'll definitely promote that and have the information on our website as well as during the interview. Now, my last question for you, Emika, is describe your sound.
Oh, okay. I would describe it as I would say a little grungy, a little bit at times. And then I would definitely describe it as empowerful. I think it's very empowerful. And then I would describe it as, I guess, the simple way, fun. I think it's very fun and uplifting. And yeah, very uplifting. I think that would be mine. I describe it.
It always lift the heart and spirit. Emika, thank you so very much. I know you have a show coming up. And also, oh yeah, one last question. When can we expect an EP or a full album?
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm excited to say this. So I've been getting a lot of people like, okay, we need the album now. And it is coming within the next few months. I don't want to explain when yet, but just stay tuned in the next few months. Also, my Bad Day Not Life, my music video will be out on June 1st. So stay tuned to that as well. And yeah.
I love the artwork on Bad Day Not Life. Did you do the artwork?
Thank you. No, actually Gustavo, he's in a whole other country as well, which was super cool. But speaking of the artwork, it was something that I wanted to really embrace on, because it's of a maze, if you've seen it before, but it's a maze, and it's basically saying, like, because you know in a maze when you're walking and then you turn and then you hit a wall, then you have to walk backwards and then you have to go the other way. And I think that was the meaning of my song, is that you hit something but you gotta either reverse or go the other way in the other route, or go the same path or whatever. So I thought doing a maze would be the best way to describe the song. But yeah.
Once again, it is a pleasure, Emika. Emika Love on Who's That Lady Music Show. Don't forget to tune in, listen to her music. It is amazing. Watch her videos. I was playing catch up and got a chance to check it out on YouTube. It's amazing. Self assessment is one of them that I really enjoy, as well as Dumb Boy with the dance choreographer. I'm not going to get too much descriptive, but imagine having your hands tied on your back while you're dancing. But anyway, Emika, thank you so very much, and stay tuned. We're going to share some videos as well on Who's That Lady Music Show. Peace.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Always told me I was paranoid, and I wish that you could just do better, boy. You see jealousy beyond from truth, the truth speaks for itself. You're just a dumb boy, a dumb boy. It's quality, not quantity. Take that cheap shit far away from me. Lock it in a box, throw out the key. Yeah, oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. A dumb boy, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. A dumb boy. Please don't be naive. You should know better. I can do better. Turn the dim lights off. Change of her weather. Gon' need a sweater. You a weak man, the type who needs to bring down to her some type of power. To bring me down, no one has that much power. Always told me I was paranoid, and I wish that you could just do better, boy. You see jealousy beyond from truth, the truth speaks for itself. You're just a dumb boy, a dumb boy. It's quality, not quantity. Take that cheap shit far away from me. Lock it in a box, throw out the key. Yeah, oh, oh, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. A dumb boy, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. A dumb boy. It's not what I said. It's exactly that. I did it back. Untouchable. Well, don't think that. I cover tracks or stumble back. Mind stronger than small talk. She couldn't, but I've been peeped at. Always told me I was paranoid, dumb boy.